Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, people. How are you guys doing? Confirming I'm here back with just another couple minute technicals. Actually, it might be a little bit longer today. Sorry that I have been away. It's just been very tough for me, but now we're coming back in. It's been a doozy, hasn't it? So we're at an impasse where we weren't able to break through and get through our $73,000 target. And as you guys know, multiple retests usually end up in a backwards back pedal. We did bring that back pedal back. Unfortunately, like if we bring our target here is the beginning of our channel here, you can see our breakdown right here shows us coming back down to 54,000. We were optimistic, saying that if we were able to kind of push ourselves up there until the end of July, we could see ourselves really see up to around 84,000. But as you can see, the rest of the market, as well as the interest rates still being paused with Jerome Powell and the Fed, still has just yielded in this massive just capitulation and coming back down to the beginning of our channel. Realistically, kind of back testing this region we had in February, that breakout region, just coming back down and just solidifying. We haven't really broken down from that yet. I don't expect to. So if we even come here on the RSI, we kind of felt our max pain. It is shown right here, June of 24 versus over here in August of 23. We've kind of lived the pain. I would like to say that's what's going to be happening, but what we can really do, let me turn on my EMAs. Here we are. Just 1 second, guys. There they are. They like to pop away, and now they're back. You can just see we're pretty oversold here, even on the 4 hour. If we go here to the daily, let's see what the daily is showing it. We're very, where's our other one showing here on the day? We're even oversold on the daily too, quite heavily. Let's see. Let's zoom in a little bit more. Yeah, we were gonna want to see ourselves get back above that 56,000, right? 58,000 realistically. Let's get the 1 week. I don't see that happening though. Where is this ending up? Let me move this off to the side right now. That would make more sense, coming back down to that 50-day moving average on the weekly if we wind up really falling. But it looks like we could wind up, I think based off of that here on the weekly, that would make the most sense to me, would be to see sort of a gradual decline into here and then have that pop upwards. This is what, in my eyes, makes the most sense if we are to keep a bullish scenario and keep everyone happy and just see the euphoria come back into the market. To me, it's almost like, hey, we're going to get ourselves down in the deep end of just absolutely getting crushed, and then all of a sudden we get that euphoria, the push back up, the excitement back in the market. As you can see here, the daily is just double tapping on that bottom, that 30. Really just exaggerating just what we've felt. It seems like never ending, just catastrophic, not failure, but catastrophic just fall. It's been such a wishy-wash party. We fell down 20%, flew up 20%, and then flew down 20%, and then flew up 25%, and then flew down. So you can see it's just been a kind of like a liquidation grab just for the rest of the market. But you can see we're holding on top of here. I realistically staying above that region here, you keep ourselves in a nice way for the rest of the year still. But what's interesting, guys, is you see we don't have the interest rates being cut, because interest rates being cut, as you guys know, equals usually, well, in the crypto market, just a hedge. Everyone's going into Bitcoin, everyone's into the cryptos. When you start seeing those interest rate cuts, especially if we start seeing job loss in here in the United States market, the job sector, we start getting those kind of things popping in here, you're going to start seeing the hedge start fly back together, with people coming over to use that as just to protect their money. I mean, it makes sense. But you have that, and then September 17th and 18th, you have the Fed meeting happening right here. I'll zoom it. I'll do that right there. That's when it's happening. And I really wanted, I made this a while ago when we were talking about just in case anything ever happened, I drew this line out. I don't know if you guys remember that. I think it was probably about a month ago. Right over here, I think at the end of June. No, actually, it was over here when it was in May. I drew this bottom portion. I think that's why it's yellow. I gave it the oopsies. We need to hold this. And if you guys have been watching, you guys know that has always been there. It hasn't been something that it has been kept in the dark. Everyone has kind of seen that's been the baseline just in case if we were to fall. And right now, we can technically go to 52 and everything would still be fine. I mean, I don't see a problem. I don't see a problem with that. If we were to use the constant low right now, you need to break through 58. But it really looks like if we really, really wanted to right now, guys, it may just bounce around in this region. And bouncing out in this region literally means nothing bad. It means Bitcoin's holding on. The rest of the market's holding on. And if we were to play through this, I mean, you guys know what those targets look like. Even a short-term target, which would be the most recent touch, would be right here. You would have a retrace at least to that 73 immediately. And then realistically, you would use the full width of this, and it's up there to the 86 to 106,000. So Bitcoin is really giving us this masterful scenario. It could also just be a channel like this. It could be if we ignore the breakout and we use this bottom side just like this, use the tops of these, go through here, you have this flag, this parallel channel. So you have the rise, the parallel channel, and then the fly upwards, and that would be your flagpole right here. It would be this distance. So let's get rid of those so we can actually do that. That distance would be this, and you can see right there, exactly that 106. So my purpose of this video is really just to kind of give you guys that everything could be fine. I want to give you the theory. Obviously, it looks doom and gloom. Everything looks like it's catastrophically failing. And I think that's what it's designed to be like at times. We look at throughout history, and you get the max pain before the max euphoria. And I think that the whiplash going back and forth is it definitely making people more weary. But if you look here on the RSI, it's our double tap right there. 1, 2. It's our double tap on the bottom before we get ourselves a nice move upwards. And especially if we go back through history, I'm sure you'll see that same thing. And you guys remember that this was my bull run chart. Do you guys remember I made this like about a year ago, just about. This is my bull run chart. This is what I expected, and I expect us to be flying up here. So we'll see how it works, and let's see there. Look at that right in the middle of this channel is when we get our back test to the very center, and then we'll see looks. If we want to keep ourselves flying up to the upside, it would adhere by this. In the middle of that channel is sitting there at 106,000. It just seems to all work. It really does. I'm not trying to throw the hopium, but you can see this just my conviction. It just everything seems more correct. I mean, I want to talk about things like XRP and such, but you guys know with this, it's more contingent on Bitcoin at the moment and how everything else is going to hold. XRP really, I think we were talking about that 39 and that 41. Right now holding at 43. I don't have much to say on XRP at the moment. The only thing I think of is doing something from the top side here and doing the bottom here. You can see it needs to break above 49 cents to get itself back up to that 50. We were talking about how this was looking bearish. You remember that last video, and you can see that breakdown region got us down to that 43, and then unfortunately it went to that full extension down below, especially if we were to grab an inverse of that chart right now. Yeah, right down there to 2618. So it looks like, if we were to fall completely down and Bitcoin somehow catastrophically fell, we got on to 31 cents. But as you know, I don't see that necessarily happening. So we would need to see ourselves hold on to the short term with Bitcoin for everything else to kind of get its rebound. And as you can see, XRP up almost 3% today. Everything seems to be rebounding nicely over here on the left. You got 4%, 5%, 6% for some. ADA is up almost 7%. You're getting that retracement. So let's just get ourselves back up above that 49 and just kind of do this, nonchalant, just walking back and forth. But we'll talk about XRP in another video. But let's give ourselves some time to work out with Bitcoin here. As you guys can see, I'm just thinking a back and forth, really between 52 and 60. I mean, it sounds crazy to say that 8,000 gap, but it would make sense. You zoom in here, you have this triangle to play with. You're just gonna wind up doing this. Obviously, maybe not. It's not gonna be that exact, but I don't expect it to be that volatile. But that looks like that could happen. You could get the wick down to the downside and keep ourselves in this parallel channel, but you'll see it start to condense before the meeting, and that's what I would expect to see. But what do you think? I mean, am I being too optimistic? Are you guys on board? Does it make sense? Let me know. And is it just here to shake us all out? Or is it all here with all of us with hopium and just expecting things to just magically get better? But we'll move this down to that 85 billion real quick. All right. And this is the total 3, by the way. This is our crypto market in a nutshell here. Maybe on a day this wouldn't be the best, but maybe it is holding by some sort of channel like this. Perhaps. But we're also coming back down here to the 382 and kind of condensing. But I wouldn't necessarily say that would be a bad parallel channel. But let me see how that works out. I mean, that would mean that we would have to hold the point here. I'll show you right here as our. Actually, I think that works out. I think that was our breakout region. So no, we have to hold this 532. Sorry, 534 billion. This would be our absolute cutoff. If we actually fell below this, then I'd be a little more concerned. But we're still holding it. Things are looking okay. So keep it in your thoughts, keep it in your prayers. Hope you guys are having a wonderful beginning of your week. It looks like the Feds are thinking more of a rate cut in September, so that lines up exactly with our thought process with Bitcoin, and that would give us the turnaround and the happy euphoria that we all wanted, because that'll be the beginning or the kickstart or the I don't know the word, but it would be the kickstart we would need to see the gains and the market come back the way that we expect. So cross the fingers for the stock market and crypto. But I hope you guys are having a good one, and I'll see you in the next one.